Okay, here we are. Oops, wrong thing. There we go. Hello! I'm the Chris who plays games. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Triox and Tank and Falcon Man, Ben Bagamary, the Slim Gamer Man, and John. If you're still here, welcome to the stream. I'm the Chris who plays games. Tonight we're playing Final Fight 2. Final Fight 2, of course, the second part of Final Fight. And so, yeah, we're going to dig right into it. We will be talking about all kinds of cool stuff tonight, as we always do, including the latest thing to do in the world, which is, of course, play Pokemon Go. Hello, Diamond Rex? You didn't spell diamond right, and that confuses me. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for pushing that like button, and welcome to the stream. So we're gonna start it out here, with the way that you start things out, and the way that you start things out is you play some freaking video games. So welcome to the stream. Oh my gosh, that's probably so loud in your ears, and I am so sorry. There we go. That's a little bit better. Probably not great, but it's still good. You're right. It's not taking over the world. It's taking over the U.S., Australia, and New Zealand. So that it was an unreasonable statement of mine to make, and I appreciate the correction. Well, thank you very much, Gamble Rogers. Yes, Justin Bieber. No, TPNG. Something. No Canada or UK yet. Yeah, no Canada. It's U.S., Australia, New Zealand, and I'm not entirely sure that was the plan. It seemed like the initial launch was briefly only in Australia and New Zealand, and it quickly went to the US, which strikes me as a really weird place to go, given that their servers were down essentially the entire weekend. And in fact, I can't log in at the moment on my Pokemon Go on my phone. So, but anyway, welcome to the stream, guys. Thanks for stopping by. As I said, I am the Chris who plays games. Could I subscribe to you? I don't know if you've noticed, but at the moment my hands are a little bit busy playing these video games and talking and entertaining you, so it's gonna be a little bit hard for me to subscribe to you. Also, coming into someone's stream and saying, can you subscribe to me, is actually kind of rude, so don't do that. Oh, Ben, I did not know that. It does not surprise me it's down. So the biggest question I have, so I don't know if you guys know this, but Pokemon Go is based heavily on a game that Niantic released before that, when it was like acquired or owned by Google, called Ingress. So Ingress was a portal capture augmented reality game, not entirely different from Pokemon Go, it was, released by them beforehand. In fact, it's where all of the Pokestops come from. And so I was curious if they were going to release the game in places where that they haven't been that. That's good. I've never played Halo before, but I'm not really a big fan of first-person shooters. I have not done... Apparently, yes, there is supposed to be a map. Yeah, Google Maps is the base map for these things, so... Final Fight 2? There is a slight problem with the name of the game being Final Fight 2, I agree. It makes you wonder exactly how final this fight is going to be, especially given that there is a Final Fight 3, so, which we may even get to play a little bit of tonight. If we're lucky and I'm good, we might get to play some of that tonight. So we'll get to see the real Final Fight. Do I like Pokemon Red and Blue? I've never played Pokemon Red or Blue. I think actually Pokemon Red and Blue is one game, isn't it? So, hey, One Shot Kitten Girl, Crafty Girl. Why did your name change, One Shot Kitten Girl? Or are you a different person? Yeah, so the differences with Ingress, as far as I can understand, well, so there's a couple things, right? One, as far as I remember, I only played Ingress for a little while. I found that it was very confusing, and I never felt like I made any progress with it. And I think that the Pokemon version of it does have the nice property that, like, you can keep capturing Pokemon. Like, there's several levels of metagame you can go at, right? You can go at gyms and capture them and try and, do whatever. You can go at, you can go at just like trying to catch all the Pokemon and whatever, or you can go at like hatching all these eggs or other things like that. And so in that sense, I feel like, maybe there's just two. There's the two metagames of catching them all and the gyms. So do I like N64? I never had an N64. So my order of consoles was the NES to the Sega Genesis to the PlayStation 1. Hey, I got an extra life. Nice job. It's not just a pink Pokemon, it's a pink Clefairy. So yes, a fairy named Love is Love took over the Westboro Baptist Church. I think that is awesome. And then they made a whole bunch of like tweets today and like images about how Pokemon are a sign that like the world is falling apart because God hates fags or whatever. Do I have a Super Game Boy? I do not own a Super Game Boy. In fact, I own very few working systems. I do have a couple of non-working systems. I, in fact, have two NESs, two SNESs, a Sega Genesis, a PlayStation, and a PlayStation 2, none of which I think work reliably. I appear to be really good at this game. Well, that's good. I should work on being good at all of the games I play. Alright. Alec, I do not like you because you shock me with electricity, so I'm going to punch you in the face. Anyway, so I'm currently playing as Mike Haggar, the mayor of Metro Town or something like that, who was formerly a street fighter. So this is a street fighter who became a mayor, which is kind of an odd transition. Take on me, take on me, take me on. That song? I like that song, okay. I like that Matus and I had the exact same reaction to that question. I mean, look I took a hit though. I didn't need to take that hit. I could have not taken a hit. Yeah, no, so this is actually something that I've been meaning to do for a while. I used to actually practice. I would spend my Saturdays practicing the game I was going to play on Monday back when I only streamed once a week. And I found that it actually, like, just, like, playing a game for an hour massively changes how much, how good I am at it. And so in this case, I actually did even more than that. So I put some practice into this game. Why do you think this game is weird, Diamond? So I think there's nothing statistical about this. This is just actually evidence of what can happen if you practice something. So kids, practice. So my first time through this game, I was decidedly less good at it, but I am now better. Okay. 1-1. Also, keep in mind, I'm on the first level, which is not exactly hard by any stretch of the imagination, so don't get too excited yet. But my goal here is to make it through this first level without losing any lives. So we'll see if we can pull that off. Oh, god damn. That was a bad move. Those kicks from Wanwan are deadly. Oh, and he got me in the head. Yeah, so I'm probably not going to succeed. Yes, that is exactly the one. Yes, you definitely have the right game in mind, Matus. Okay, so maybe this is a little bit better. Hello, hello, hello. 1 2 3 1 2 3. Am I buffering less now? I think I might be buffering less. No, we both type around 100 words per minute. Thoughtful. God damn it. I was going for pensive. All right, let's go even further. Let's try this. All right, so hopefully that makes it a little bit better. Okay, you guys can hopefully hear me now. Everything is fine. Yes, no, maybe so. Yeah, we did type racer and we both got 100. Okay, so tell me if you, like, say pizza in the chat if you hear this. Hashtag pizza. Hashtag pizza in the chat. Because Icky with a V isn't here. I won by like 2 words per minute. Do I have a DS? My younger daughter has a DS. Did no one typed pizza? Okay, that's a bit. All right, so then that you guys did type pizza. It's just slightly longer than I would want. I'm gonna hit a button real quick. Just give me 1 second, and I'll be right back. Okay, Let's see. Hello, Chris Centeno. Anyway. Yeah, so we're going to stream in crappy potato quality because apparently Comcast can't maintain a freaking connection to save its life. Juan, you're going to get... I'm going to take all my Comcast anger out on you. That's what I'm going to do. There we go. Yeah, okay, there we go. After defeating Juan, Maki, Carlos, and Haggar learned that the Mad Gears gang's base of operations had been moved to Europe. The final fight is about to begin. I don't believe you. Anyway, so yeah. Jess and I did, well, thank you, Gamble Rogers. If you guys are liking what you're seeing, feel free to hit that subscribe button. There's a number in the upper right corner. That's the number of subscribers we have, I think. And I want to see it go to 1,636 today, at least. I don't want to end the stream with less than I started. That's my goal. So you guys have heard of subscriber goals. My subscriber goal today is to not lose subscribers. So you guys can help. Hit that button. Show me how much you love me. There's also a number in the lower left, which I think is the number of people watching, so I think there's 16 of you fools here, so thank you very much, you 16 fools, for hanging out with me, even through my terrible Comcast. So yeah. I don't know why, I am always subscriber whoring. Why do you think I do this? Do you not realize that my entire story of my entire life is like being a narcissistic person? Oh god! There we go. Oh, I love you too, Gamble Rogers. Good to see you. Brandon DeWayne, good to see you. You are a fool. You're trying to moderate a chat with 800 people in it and watch me at the same time. I would say that that is a pretty foolish move. So yeah, Brandon DeWayne is a sniper of One Shot Girl, another streamer here on the YouTube gaming platform, currently playing Dead by Daylight with several hundred people watching. Yes, it is. God damn it. I don't know what to do. Hello, the Omega Darkrai. I did not take NyQuil. I do like the Atari 2600. You guys can't hear me or see me. I don't know what I can do about this. Alright, are you gonna catch up? Come on, internet. Go! Go! Go, go, go! You can do it! You can do it! Put your silly back into it! God damn it. Fucking hate everything. Okay, bye, Chris. Okay, I don't know. I'm not receiving enough video because my internet is terrible, and I don't know what to do. Yes. Played it on stream. It sucks. Alright, sorry, I'm still kind of bouncing around here and seeing if I can get anything figured out. So sorry for the delay. You guys probably can't hear me, but alright, you know what? We're gonna try and no. Just 1 second. Okay, this is still terrible. Yeah, this is still terrible. Unusably terrible, I believe. I am really sorry. I know that this is garbage, and I'm not happy about it any more than anybody else is, I'm sure. Yeah, this is... I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. I don't like Dr. Pepper, no. Speak to me, give me excitement and energy and enthusiasm. This set of numbers in this middle right here to look good. The problem is that this first hop, I have nowhere I can VPN to, and even when I wasn't streaming, it was still like huge. And then I did Wi-Fi on my phone, and it was also huge, which makes me think that what was actually going is a gigantic electromagnetic pulse affecting the entire area, and now it's gone, so we can keep fucking streaming. So there we go. Okay, he said lice. Lice and fleas are different. That's where Matus is going with this. So sorry if I'm screaming in your ears, guys. I'm not paying as much attention as I usually do. Let's bump this number back up. Now that the internet seems like maybe it's happy. And see if we can keep this happy here a little bit. There we go. Okay, so I think I'm just going to play. I think that's it. I'm done, and we're going to play, and we're going to hope for the best. So let's hope for the best together. I'm going to put my headphones back on and just keep talking. Okay. Yeah, I'm a bit Ben, are you subscribed to me in 2 places? Are you subscribed to me on gaming and on main YouTube? Because I told you to subscribe to me on main YouTube, and if you're subscribed to me in either place, the number won't go down. So you'd have to unsubscribe in both places to make that go away. It's also possible it's just broken, but I won't rule that out. Do I have an Xbox One? I don't. I have a PS4 on long-term loan, but I don't have an Xbox One. Oh god, big tall guy. He, like, runs across the thing at me, so I need to keep kicking him. Oh, God. That's right, Andor. Ah! Elliot. Get wrecked. Hey, Bengo. Sorry, we just had a gigantic moment of... I'm pretty sure someone turned on a giant microwave in the area, and so all Wi-Fi signals broke. So... I'm actually going to check real quick one more time before I keep going whether the latency is something that makes me sad. If the latency makes me sad, we might break briefly just to see if we can make it less sad, and if not, then it'll be fine. So let's do this, and if we right-click on the player and say the player is still loading, stats for nerds. Okay, fine. No problem. Latency is good, all is well, nothing is wrong. Okay. The worst game I ever played is probably... E.T. was probably the most buggy game I've ever played. It clearly had an idea, but I couldn't figure out what it was. But it's really hard to fault someone for not being able to carry out an idea on an Atari. You know, there's just so little information that you can pack. And the Atari had like 256 bytes of RAM? Or 128 or something ridiculous like that. Like, you could not even store every like one byte for every, you know, pixel on the screen in an Atari environment. So, like, it's really hard for me as a computer programmer to fault Atari developers for crappy games when I cannot imagine how I would do something with limitations like that. Unsubscribe. Did the number go down? The number should go down relatively quickly, I think. I would say within 30 seconds to a minute in general. Oh, but it only updates every 30 seconds, so probably within a minute or two. So yeah, let's see if the number went down yet. It did! There you go. No, it does not make your channel less professional. There's towns called everything, Bengo. It's essentially impossible to pick a name because that avoids some towns someplace, so... Why do you keep hearing a barrel roll in the background? I think that's like me kicking guys? I don't know. Do I like red versus blue? I've never seen... Oh, okay. Anyway, yeah, so Pokemon Go is a fad that is sweeping the nation. So I'm no, like, Pokemon master man, whatever, but I have been a long fan of the idea of augmented reality games and geospatial games and other things like that. So Pokemon appeals to that for me. Another thing it appeals to is that I love to get steps on my Fitbit, and Pokemon gives me a nice excuse for that, so... Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not... Oh, look at that. Look. Yeah, see, you guys are all like, oh, you're all bad at games. Like, I started with 4 lives, and now I have 6. So there you go. I mean, I've lost 1, but still. I am a little bit disappointed that, you know... Yes, the arrow port. It is where the arrows are stored. Oh, God. I actually went out and shot arrows at an archery range not too long ago, so... Oh man, yeah, so this is one of the things that is great about living in a city. I can't log into Pokemon Go anymore because the login servers appear to be down, but I live in a city, so that, as I was saying earlier, Pokemon is created by the same company that released a game called Ingress. So Ingress was a like spy-based game where you had 2 teams that competed against each other for control of portals. And so the Pokestops that you see in the game are user-contributed portals that were originally added for Ingress. So all of the like stops that are, you know, monuments and everything else like that are like that. And this means primarily Ingress was a game launched by Google, or launched by a sub-department of Google that they bought. Niantic was owned by Google at the time. And so because of this and Googlers' like propensity to do like enjoy Google things, that means that Googlers were a big proponent and component of the Ingress user base for a long time, which means that if you live in a city with a Google office, you are way ahead of the game in Pokestops because there's Google employees who added all these portals. So, I've never watched Angry Video Game Nerd. Hello, Miko Akimi. Welcome to the stream. I'm the Chris who plays games, and we are playing Final Fight 2 tonight. Final Fight 2, the game that in its very name gives question to the notion of the fact that there might be a final fight. We recently fought and destroyed Comcast, my first enemy in the game, which prevented me from streaming for a while there. But now that we've done that, we are on to fighting some bad guys. We are playing as Mike Haggar, the mayor of Metro, previously a Street Fighter. This is I mean, I actually think it's just very similar to the first Final Fight. I feel like there's very little difference between them as far as mechanics. The one thing that I will say is that the first Final Fight had a difficulty ramp up in the final level that was ridiculous. So it went from feeling, you know, easy, like trivial to easy to impossible, you know, and that was a really hard thing. I realized that that's the way that games did a lot of times back then, but I found it really frustrating, and this game doesn't, having played through it this weekend, doesn't seem like it does the same thing, so... But yeah, so cities in the US, the Pokemon gym. Well, so this is part of the, like, user-contributed, Pokestops and so on and so forth, is that, people could add whatever would work, and Niantic reviewed them, but they didn't have, like, a super detailed process for exactly what it should be. Hello, Game Dojo. Yes, Game Dojo, we were just talking about that. Final Fight 2, a game which, in its very name, decries its potential existence, or the correctness of its title. So yeah, so Ingress portals were intended to be like highly there's a whole set of rules for them, but the idea was that they would be, you know, noticeable, and that they would be landmarks, and that they would be man-made, so they were not like natural lakes, rivers, mountains, other things like that. And so these are, you know, what became the Pokestops. Said something about me and Bob Ross. So Miku, I'm not sure that I know anything about Bob Ross. So you may be thinking of a different person, other than like we both stream things, sort of. How's it going, Game Dojo? Well, hello, George. Is that George Pescador, George, or is that a different George? Oh no, he's gonna get me! God damn it, so close! One more freaking hit, and I would have completely refilled my life. So I lost a life for no reason then. Yeah, so we'll put some hat spin into that anyway, though. So far we're doing okay, not great. We've all right. All right. Oh, walk around. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. All right. Yeah, so my downtown area, so like in Cambridge, were you here, Ben, at any point? So around my office, like within the range, like the 150-yard range of my office, there's like 3 Pokestops. On a normal 1-mile walk home, I walk like directly by about 10. So they're probably, you know, every 2 to 4 blocks square there's a Pokestop, and there's some places like our city hall has like 3 Pokestops that are, well, you know, whatever, that are right there. Army of Dark Raid, hello Ernie Whalen, good to see you again. So they're the same as Ingress. All of the stops are exactly the same as Ingress. So like all of the Pokestops are just the same data, API, everything else like that. Yeah, churches are often stops. That was one of the things that they included in their guards. Hello Nerdy Chocobo and Atticus Finch Kid, alright, but yeah, welcome Raiders, Dark Jake 13, thanks for the raid. Dark Jake 13, another awesome content creator here on YouTube Gaming, earlier today was playing a great retro game. We actually raided him with a Pa raid from Soy Bomb earlier, so good to see you returning the favor, my friend, happy to see you. Am I using a Logitech webcam? I absolutely am using the Logitech C920. Yeah, I think Jose was mentioning that he was in downtown or in San Diego in a park there, and that there was a lot of portals. I know that Boston Common is full of portals, so yeah. Hello, Nathaniel. How's it going? But yeah, welcome to the stream, guys. I'm glad you came when you did. We were having some terrible internet issues earlier, so. Oh, yep. Sorry, stream is back. I am so sorry for the problemos there. I need to play with my white balance. Yeah, the problem is I haven't found good tools to... Sophie Raid! Hey, Mike Rywolf, how's it going? Yes, our daughter is currently out hunting Pokemon. Sophie Raid, Dada Roro Meme, Grim Reaper 179, Matt Corby, how's it going? Good to see you guys. Yeah, we just got another raid from Army of Dark from Dark Jake 13. Welcome to the stream, folks. Hello, Sandbox Mix. Welcome to the stream. I'm the Chris who plays games, playing retro games every Monday at 9:15, and whatever the fuck I feel like every Friday at 9:15, if you'll pardon my French and or English. I guess fuck is more of a German word. It comes from the German word flicken, meaning to strike. So yeah, welcome to the stream. He was saying something about Bob Ross. Okay, that's cool. I don't know why Bob Ross would be, you know, here, but yeah, you guys can hit that sub button. As I was saying, my sub goal for the night is to not lose subs. So we started out the night at 1638. We want to make sure we stay there. Matt Corvey, thanks for subscribing. No, On Fleek did not come from that. I have no idea where On Fleek came from, but yeah. Alright, hello Andrea Saracino, good to see you. Vexus Vero, welcome to the stream. You guys get to hear my randomized sub noises because more than one of you subscribed. It's awesome. So yeah. My only goal is to not fall further and further behind. Yeah, no, it's good, it's good. But yeah, so welcome to the stream, guys. Have you guys been playing Pokemon Go? Am I the only person with it installed on my phone? Thank you guys for stopping by with the raids and the stream. Sophie Brecca, another great YouTube gaming streamer. I met her at VidCon this year, and it was awesome. She actually stayed in our Airbnb at the VidCon streamer house. You can go back to my in my streams a little bit. There's a video of all of the streamers hanging out at the house, and Sophie Brecca is in there pretty much the entire time. No, that is not correct. Do stadiums count as shops? Some stadiums are, but they're basically double verification for Google login. So I don't have to log in. I've only had to log in once. Well, I had only had to log in once, and I just had to log in again. And I don't know if that's something that's going to be continuing or whatever, but. Oh no! Oh, thanks for subscribing, Storm Dragon, semicolon, you, semicolon. Welcome to the stream. I'm the Chris who plays games, as you may have heard already. But yeah, Pokemon Go, the biggest thing to me, like Nintendo's stock price, Nintendo's entire company stock price has gone up 25%. Take care, Sophie Brecca, good to see you. So Nintendo's stock price has gone up 25% since the launch of Pokemon Go, which is crazy to me. Like, that is absolutely insane. Like, there has been several $1 billion of value created for the company because of a game that's really not that good. It's been crashy, it's been buggy, it's just the same game as Ingress, except redone with a different skin. And I am amazed at how like incredible the experience is. I can't walk. I literally was walking home, and just from the people whose phones I could like actively see while walking by them, gosh darn it, like I even made a mental note to myself that this particular little scene was going to be a problem because these assholes who jump in, and I didn't do very well there. Niantic I don't think is publicly traded, so they don't think they can have stock. It's not, I mean, people are dumb, and they're going to be dumb no matter what. I cannot blame the game because people are idiot. I also think it's worth noting that there was a big fake news story that went around that, like, someone stopped on a highway and got in an accident. Totally untrue. But I will totally grant you that people have gotten... The bigger thing it's actually caused is people getting robbed. So around St. Louis, there's a gang of, like, 16 to 18-year-olds who are dropping lures at out-of-the-way Pokestops, and then when people showed up, stealing their cell phones. Which is pretty shitty. Like, you are a shitty human being. Google is not worth $1 trillion, I don't think. I don't know how much Google is worth. I mean, our stock is currently, like, you know, $700, so... Oh, God, this is a bad spot. Okay, that was dumb of me. Let's not do that. Yes, you do have to be at the location of the gym in order to battle the gyms. That's absolutely true. Take care, Miku. It's still a, I mean, they were caught and arrested. I mean, arrested, they're 16, so they're probably only going to, you know, they probably got released on bail on personal recognizance or whatever. And they're assholes. Like, they're assholes, and that's all there is to it, and that sucks, but it still annoys me. I don't get paid $20 million an hour. I don't even get paid $20 million a year. I was actually amused. So I recently, I don't know if you guys know, but I put together a whole series of rant videos. Oh, did Jess say goodnight? I missed it. Good night. I love you, Jess. Jessica Allen Schmidt, my lovely wife, the lady Mrs. CPG. At some point relatively soon, we'll be doing another 18+ stream with Leisure Suit Larry, Love for Sale. So keep your eyes out for that. If you love Leisure Suit Larry, she's the one to watch for because she is the Leisure Suit Larry queen of the household. So, oh no, I got beated up. Oh. No! I saw that coming, and I just couldn't get out of it in time. Ah! Yeah, those bad moves. Bad mojo, muju, bajungo. So there's age restriction. Age restriction is a feature on YouTube. You can say this is an adult's like an age restricted video, and if it's an age restricted video, people can't watch the stream. They can still be in the chat, but yeah. I did not know if you walked away from this. Oh my god! Get off of me. Ah! Too many lives. Okay, I really need to get... Alright, so my goal is to get through here without losing a continue, because like continuing from this point would be stupid. So let's at least get past that. So that gives me 2 lives to get through this boss, which is not, this is not like a super great performance, but I think that it'll leave me enough continues to still make it through the rest of the game without cheating. Leisure Suit Larry, love for sale. Yes, we will be doing another Leisure Suit Larry stream at some point in the future. I don't know when. Probably not this weekend, but yeah. Well, they keep coming back, so they can't be that badly beaten, right? They have the same names. Johnny keeps coming back, so I don't know. Then again, sometimes you get 2 of the same name on the screen, which kind of indicates that maybe they're not that. How am I doing today? I'm doing just fine, Stingray. I have been amazed at the growth of Pokemon Go. So the Pokemon Go, as of today, probably according to Android analytics websites, has more daily active users than Twitter. The website launched the app launched 5 days ago. You know, the app isn't available. Oh, sorry, in the U.S. So the lack of country specifics doesn't help here. But the like in the U.S. it has more daily active users than Twitter, and that's insane. Yeah, no, Mike EL the Gamer, I mean, it's really just so I always thought it was like completely stupid, but there's 2 things that it matters to me. One, I can say I made the effort. You know, if you're a 10-year-old who's in here and is upset about the themes in Leisure Suit Larry Love for Sale, I can say, you know what? If you've lied about your age, there's only so much that I can do. Which, again, all 10-year-olds have lied about their age to make YouTube accounts, because you can't make one if you're less than 13, but, you know, whatever. Well, so I think around the world is hard because I'm not entirely sure that it has portals and Pokestops configured everywhere around the world. So, but yeah, so it's Australia, New Zealand, and the US are the countries it's launched in. I think it's just been massively successful, massively more than anyone anticipated. So, it's just amazing to me. Like, it's just literally stunning to me. So, wow, look, my subscriber numbers haven't gone down. Like, if you look at the number in the upper left, it started at 1638, and now it's at 1642. I'm so popular. Are you going to North Korea, Ben? What are you going to do in North Korea? Isn't that a terrible plan? They don't have any internet there. Also, yeah, they don't have any internet. I don't think that's going to work. I don't think, like, Nintendo could have even predicted this. I think this is just, like, completely a random chance. So one of the cool things, actually, is I think the best way to stream Pokemon Go is absolutely YouTube Gaming. It's on Android, like, it's a great app that lets you stream while you're on your phone. And it's, like, terrific, so... I did not realize you were streaming from North Korea, Game Dojo. That changes everything. So Game Dojo, by the way, is the person who I stole. I have been so shouty. I'm sorry. I'm gonna back away so you guys can probably like turn your earbuds or whatever back up that I've been shouting in. Oh yeah. I saw someone who did that. All right, this is stupid. Come on. Let's get some hits in here. Kim Jong's favorite is Dojo. Yeah, so Game Dojo selfie stick is how I did my rant videos. So if you type !rant in the chat, you'll get a link to one of my 2 minutes of truth. My 2 minutes of truth is a series of 7 videos that I did, daily vlog type videos with me ranting about things. So if you love hearing me talk on these streams, you should definitely check out my 2 minutes of truth video series. It has rants just like this, only condensed into 2 minutes. One of the things that was actually interesting about those is that although they're only 2 minutes apiece and they're all one take shots, on average they took about 32 attempts to film. So average between all of them was I did 7, so I did 210 takes across all of those videos, which is quite a lot. So oh god, all right, get out of here. We're gonna get you guys out of here. That's what we're gonna do. Oh man, you jumped on my freaking head, you jerk. So are you going for any particular reason, Ben, or just because, like, you want to see North Korea? Yeah, Matus, so the funny thing is that's, so there's two things about it. So one, I don't want to sound rehearsed, and so one of mine that I think I did that I'm less happy with how it came out was really scripted, and I wasn't too happy with, like, how scripted it sounded, so I kind of didn't like that. But the second thing is I actually did write scripts for a lot of them, basically what I would do is I would write the script, I would read it 2 or 3 times, and then I would go out and I would record. But a lot more of what it comes down to is that with trying to do something in 2 minutes, it means that if I'm not, like, perfectly, like, on point with my timing or other things like that, that I do get, you know, behind, and so it's not actually 2 minutes anymore, or I will, like, you know, have some words that I wanted to include and not get it, or I would have the sun behind me at a bad angle, or I would have, like, a truck drive by, or at one point, like, a train, like a freight train drove by, and so I have, like, this loud train whistle and everything else like that. Take care, Dark Jake, have a great night. Thanks for the raid, DarkJake13. Again, you should go and subscribe to him on YouTube Gaming, my friends. He's an awesome content creator, does live streams of all kinds of cool games, was live streaming some retro stuff just earlier today, so a big fan of the CPG nation, such as it were, and you should check him out. Alright. No! Okay, I dodged your fire, you jerk. Yeah, Pokemon Go has more daily active users than Twitter in the US. That is true. Alright. Can we beat Felipe? You want to hear my verified rant? Alright, so the biggest thing about verified is that there's a lot of people who want to be verified, right? They have like 500 subs and they want to be verified. Well, why do they want to be verified if they have 500 subs? Well, for the most part, it's not because, like, they have a trademarked brand or something else like that. I don't know about you, but Chris Plays Games is not trademarked. I have not gone to the level of that, and realistically, I couldn't get a trademark on it if I tried, because there's a bunch of other people who use it, and even in the space that I'm in, wow, this guy is kicking my butt. That would not work. Okay, so that is the end of that chapter. Okay, so that sucks. Ah! I hate you, Alec. Welcome to the stream, Brad Pritchard. Brad Pritchard, another streamer on YouTube Gaming, plays a lot of golf, and this morning was playing Minesweeper. So I love Brad's streams. I'm there all the time. Whenever he's streaming, you can pretty much expect me to be there. Except when I can't. Yeah, so for the most part, the reason that people want to be verified is because being verified makes you stand out, right? So this is a completely reasonable thing to want, but the problem is that you run into a situation where if you're going to want it, and then it doesn't... you only want it because it makes you stand out. If everyone who had 500 subs had it, that would be a lot of people. I mean, it's not nearly as many as all the people in the chat, but there are at least a dozen people who have been in this chat tonight who have more than 500 subs, and so you lose a lot of the thing that makes it special. The reason people want to be verified is because it makes them feel special, and if the people who are asking to be verified were to get verified and the same standard was applied to everyone else, then it would no longer be special. Now, if you remove that and say, well, no, I don't actually care about it being special, I'm okay with everyone, you know, having it or whatever, then my question is, like, what is the purpose? Like, what is the point? And so there's that. But if you're saying, no, I want it, but I don't want everyone who is the same size as me to have it, then that's an entirely different thing. And what you're being in that point, like, case is being like, I want to be the special snowflake. I want to be the special one that has verification that you don't. So, yes, character limited comments is controlled by YouTube. It is not something that I can control. But what I can do, well, this won't actually help. What I can do, though, is make you a moderator. If you're a moderator, at least you won't get automatically timed out by YouTube for typing too much, which it does if you type, I think, about 4 comments in a minute. Hey, Mandy Thomas, a.k.a. Jason, good to see you. That is true, Psycho Mike. Those are things that have happened. I agree. It doesn't matter. I mean, my personal opinion is it doesn't matter, but there's a lot of people who think it does matter, and the reason they think it does matter is because it makes them stand out. And I'm not going to say they're wrong that it doesn't make them stand out. It does make them stand out because right now it is applied primarily to channels with more than 100,000 subscribers. This is what the Help Center article on being verified says. If you have less than 100,000 subscribers, do not even bother to ask, essentially. Hello, Max Doloff. Yeah, so the chat limit is like 200 characters and is I have a checkmark fetish. So yeah, either you want to be verified and you think everyone should be verified with less than 500 subs, in which case I didn't really understand it. You want to be verified at 500 subs and don't want everyone with 500 subs to get into that, in which case you just want to be a special snowflake, or you want to be the one guy who gets verified at less than 500 subs. So yeah, well, and that's always going to be the case on YouTube. There is going to be some aspect of who you know matters. That is just a fact of life. It's kind of shitty, but that's the way it is. All right. Oh, come on. I was freaking punching you. Ah! Yeah, well, so this is the reason why I do the 2 minutes of truth, is because if I don't practice it, it turns into a 20-minute rant. So this is why my 2 minutes of truth take 3.5 hours to work. I have to write a script. I have to go through it 10 times, figure out exactly which joke I'm gonna make. Walk around and do it a bunch of times. There's all kinds of work that goes into them. So this is why their 2 minutes of truth are recorded VODs and not things that I do here during my stream. Alright, that wasn't really great, but I am able to be timed out automatically if I type 4 comments in 1 minute. That is 100% true, Max Doloff. Alright. Yeah, so like, if you just want EPing, then I have problems with you, because that's where I have the real problem. My biggest problem is people who just want EPing, because I understand wanting EPing, but I feel like you have to earn it. I feel like EPing is something that you need to, put together and get yourself enough, weight that it matters, and you don't just get to have EPing because you know somebody. And there's too many things on YouTube that do happen just because you know somebody, you find the right person to ask or whatever else like that, and I don't like it, and I don't think anybody else should like it either. It's encouraging a system that you don't really enjoy. I got a cooler name here. EPing, like the size of your electronic penis. That's right. Like, I talked about this all the time, right? Like, and I'm guilty of it too, right? Like, I will watch people and be like, oh, like, look at how many viewers they have, look at how many subs they have, like, why do they have so many and I don't? And the answer is, like, a combination of luck and knowing the right people and being in the right place at the right time. Like, there's a million reasons that go into that, and it sucks a little bit to look at that and be like, whatever, but so yeah, like, I am 100% guilty of, subscriber envy and viewer envy and everything else like that. But at the same time, I also realize that that's an emotional and not a rational response. So that's, yeah. Can you call me Mr. YouTube? Sure, you can call me Mr. YouTube. Yeah, so Van Helsing, there's a meme going around on Twitter at the moment. It says, best way to kidnap a 28-year-old, and it's got a van, like a cargo van, and painted on the side. It says, rare Pokemon inside, and has a pedo bear driving it, so, Ben, at 150 viewers, so I've done a lot of moderating in chats with 150 viewers, and it depends. So I've seen 150 viewer chats that I think I would have no problem, hanging out with. I mean, there's 32 of you here right now, I think. Take care, Andrea. Have a great night. And I think that the reason that my chat does not have some of the problems I've seen, even with people with 30, is because I've put together an audience which is pretty, like, narrowly focused. So if you look at the number of people here, I think that the average age of people watching my streams is in the 25 to 34 age range. The, like, number of people who are, you know, 13 to 18 is pretty small, and I think that that contributes to it. And then even the 13-year-olds that I have watching me are actually people that I love having around. You know, I think Gamer Guy Commentaries, Max Doloff, and a couple other people like that have been great friends to the stream for a long time, and I've really enjoyed it. I've enjoyed having them around. I've enjoyed, you know, chatting with them and so on and so forth. So I think that by building a community, you know, intentionally, by not making it my goal to play, I mean, also, frankly, by not playing the most AAA titles and everything else like that, I've kind of built this little community for myself that I think can grow in size and not be a major problem. So, like, I remember watching Stats Chat back when he played a lot of Agario and Super Mario Maker, and I found it really frustrating for a large extent. You had a lot of people who were very repetitive, would ask this, like, same person asking the same questions over and over, and I found that, like, super annoying, and it's not his fault. I mean, he played games that attracted that attention and so on and so forth, but, so, Chris, that is 100% true, and this is actually why, like, I have not been doing my Super Mario Maker streams and Splatoon streams lately, is because I realized that, like, I love the games, but I don't actually love the audience, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know, I promised to play that regular, like, on the regular, and I felt bad because there's a couple of my viewers who are great fans and audience members who I would love to play for, but I can't play for them without playing for all the other people who show up, and I just don't enjoy the audience, so, like, I'm just not gonna do it, I think. So yeah, and this is actually one of the reasons I actually had a friend recently ask me, like, I was a little bit surprised you didn't get into the, like, you know, video game broadcasting thing before this. And I said, like, you know, my only experience with video game broadcasting was Twitch. And I think most of the Twitch chats I've been in, and this is not to say this is true of all Twitch chats, but most of the Twitch chats I ever ended up in were just didn't seem like good communities, and I didn't have, like, a good feeling about it. So I never saw that as something that I would want to do, because it seemed like it wouldn't be fun. And then, like, when YouTube Gaming launched, like, I was, you know, seeing cool technical things that I hadn't seen before, and, like, I got on the site and I asked people, like, how do you do that? And they talked to me about, like, technical streaming with OBS and all this other stuff, and I thought that was pretty, like, awesome. So the Slim Gamer Man, shut up. You know I want all you guys here. If I didn't want you here, frankly, you wouldn't be here. There are some people who have learned that I don't want them here, and so their behavior changes as a result, and so they're not here anymore. I mean, YouTube Gaming has trolls in a lot of the bigger streams as well. You know, you look at the streams that are, you know, much bigger, and you see that. And I think that one of the things that I actually enjoy is that YouTube is not always about putting the highest viewer streams first, you know? There's a lot of, you know, language preferences and other things like that to change the ranking and stuff like that. So, hello, Hoodaman. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you here. I think that you are the man is the answer to the question. To who the man? You the man. All right. Yeah, Dark Jake was here. Dark Jake was here earlier. Jose, you actually missed the Dark Jake raid as well as the Sophie Brecker raid. We had a whole bunch of people show up from that. And so, yeah, I'm the Chris who plays games, playing retro games every Monday. Oh, this dude. I hate this dude. Fuck off, dude. Ah! Yeah, that's right. You just do that. Why don't you just, like, be all shadowy and shit, huh? How about that? I'm like, punch you in the face. How's that, shadowy man? Turn your health bar pink. Yeah, you like that? God damn it. Do I like the song Fireflies by Owl City? I don't know that song, probably. Or maybe I do, but I don't. Is that like the with 10 billion fireflies? If I don't know on my eyes, I like to do the sleepy thing. Yes, Rolio from Roland is actually, I think, what this guy's name is in this game. But a lot of these characters, I think, were shared or repurposed in Super Street Fighter. Oh no! Okay. Alright. Let's stick with Haggar. Alright. Ah! Got me. But yeah, so a lot of the characters in Final Fight were shared with Super Street Fighter. I think same developers? I don't know. Soybomb has a better understanding than me. I read it on the Wikipedia page, but it's been a while, so you can check out that for more information. There you go. Brad also has the answers. As always, Brad is here to fill in my knowledge gaps. Oh, come on! Trying to remember, there was a technique I used for this, and I am clearly failing at it now. Alright, get out of here, Roland. Rolento. Ah! Yeah, and this isn't even the hardest part. He starts dropping grenades all over the place. Yeah, not dying would be the thing. Gamble, what you want to do is type hashtag Discord. Actually, you probably can't, but in the description below, there is a link to the Discord, and the thing to do is to check that out. To advertise and say, can you check out my channel while someone is streaming is considered really rude in the community, and I realize that you're not doing it on purpose, except you were already told once not to do it. So, like, don't do that. It's in most streams it will get you immediately banned. My moderators have learned that I am too nice of a dick. So too nice of a dick. Yes, I'm a dick, but I'm nice about it. All right, Roland, you are gonna freaking die right not now. All right, let's get out of the way of the grenades. All right, throw some grenades. Get kicked. Yeah, so there's the Discord link. Check it out. Send me a PM. Send me a link over there. That's fine. Like you can drop a link in there to your channel, and I'll check it out sometime when I'm not streaming. Oh my God! Seriously? I have one freaking hit left, and I freaking failed it. That sucks. Ah. All right. You know what? We're not gonna play anymore. The game time is over, my friend. Now it is time for beatdown. I'm gonna throw all my Comcast rage at you. Hashtag Comcast rage in the chat. For those of you who know what I'm talking about, that's right. Get some Comcast rage up in here. Although in this case, I really don't think it's Comcast. I think the problem was I should have switched to a wired connection, and I don't actually have a wired adapter. Well, actually, it wouldn't matter because all of my ports are full. Every single USB port on my computer is full, but yeah, so I don't have a wired Ethernet adapter that I could have used, which kind of sucks now that I think about it, and a problem I should probably fix. So I am looking at building a gaming PC. One of the things that I'm looking at is the current status of the GTX series of cards. The 1070 and the 1080 are already released, but impossible to buy anywhere. The 1060 is supposed to be coming out July 17th, next week. Accelerated a whole ton by the AMD card that just came out, the Radeon card that just came out. But given their difficulties in producing supply with the existing cards, I'm not really expecting that these new ones will be a lot better. All right, get some kicks in. Yeah, toss me some grenades. That's right. Can't kick you while you're up there. All right, there we go. So I stream, so my upstream bandwidth that I purchase is 3 megabits per second. My, effective is probably about 4, and I use 3500. So I use 3500 kilobits to stream normally. I think I'm at 3000 right now just because of the internet issues earlier. And I think that that's, like, for 1080p 720, that's not great. since YouTube retranscodes everything, any like artifacts or anything else like that are accentuated. But it is worth noting that Brad Pritchard streams with 760. There we go. Pile drive you into the ground. Yeah, John, like, I'm so cheap. So my whole setup is just so cheap that I'm you know, not into that. So I mean, realistically, what I need to do is I need to buy Comcast Business Class service. Is what I actually need to do. And in this case, I actually think that fuck Comcast is a bit unfair, as far as I can tell, because I tried to swap to my phone for wireless there, and I was getting equal problem, like super big packet loss problems with my phone as well. Oh, but the wireless was fine. Okay, so I had two problems. T-Mobile was shitty, and Comcast was shitty. I changed my mind. So yeah, switching to Comcast Business Class service would probably be better. It would mean when I called them, I could at least expect or hope that they could, you know, do something about it. Yeah, so 13 or 12 up is 100% fine. There are, like, if you're doing 1080p 60, doing 10 up will almost certainly be totally fine. YouTube's typical bit rates for downstream, like 1080p 60, I think is like 9. So, like, 10 gives you a little bit of wiggle room for YouTube to re-encode without causing too much difficulty. I got in a long conversation on Twitter, actually, just recently with somebody about whether, you know, you needed to stream at 50 megabits per second, and he gave me some samples that he encoded with NVENC at like 10, 20, and 50, and his argument was, like, you'd be able to see the difference. So I uploaded them to YouTube, and I said, like, look, I get what you're saying. Like, in theory, you are right. YouTube is retranscoding, therefore problems in the stream are going to be, you know, more... they don't have uniform up and down here. They sell asynchronous stuff. Yeah, I can totally buy that. Take care, man. Helsig, I love you too. No homo. Although, I mean, there are boys that I've kissed in this. Never mind. All right, let's get out of here. Punch, 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 punch. So by the way, Jose, are you still around? So John, when I was watching the Art Sherpa stream on Tuesday, Thursday, whatever last week, the one about the blending, I was watching with Jose, who's a graphic or a graphic artisty person, and he was asking me who the voice on stream was, and I was going to point out that it was you. So that's right. There you go, Ben. History says, hello Rawlings Gamer, welcome to the stream. I am the Chris who plays games, and tonight we're playing some Final Fight 2, giving a doubtful claim to the claim of Final Fight, but yeah, some Final Fight 2 from, that's right. When I was amused because Cinnamon was asking for clean water, and the first time you were busy trying to take questions from the chat, and so you didn't pick up on it. So I was making fun of you for not picking up on that. You want red overalls? I mean, I think the green, you know, the green overalls are really the place where it's at. So yeah, John, I was talking a little bit earlier about how Pokemon Go is just a reskinned Ingress, and I'm amazed at how much more effective it's been. Because Ingress, in my opinion, was actually a little bit of a fun game, but it obviously did not have the same kind of uptake. What am I eyeing on? Is there a Prime Day? I don't know what Prime Day is. That is not a thing I am aware of what it is, so I can't answer that question very well. All right, get out of here. But yeah, so Jose is a big fan of art live streams. He actually has several times I've run across like art live streams and send them to him, and he's like, "How do you always find all these things?" And I also hooked him up with Articulations, which is another YouTube channel about art stuff. All right, so I got what you're saying is I need to build my PC parts list tonight and see if I can find anything interesting on Prime Day, huh? Yeah, so my biggest issue with building a gaming PC right now is, oh no! That sucks. I have not ever had that particular problem. I played Ingress for a little while, but then it had a bunch of notifications, and I was getting too many notifications, and I couldn't take them off. Ingress still exists, but nobody plays Ingress. It's in the past. Pokemon Go is where it's at. It's actually interesting reading. So all of the, of course, people realize that Ingress portals are Pokemon Go portals, and there's like an Ingress portal appeals community, G+ community. Back from when Ingress actually used to maintain the portals, you could appeal like portal rejections and other things like that. And so they had a G+ community for that. And so now if you look, it's pretty much everyone is trying to get Pokemon Go portals. It's very clear. And the Ingress community is not at all happy about this. They are very pissed at their overtaking. But the thing is that the requests are like not unreasonable. You know, people who are like running adventure parks and the sign out front is like literally in the driveway and kids keep getting almost hit by cars. And they're like, I would like to move this to the other side of the street so people don't get hit by cars. Yeah, Ingress does have teamwork stuff. So the blue team and the green team were much more important on Ingress. Like Pokemon has a little bit of that insofar as like owning gyms is a thing, and your friendly gyms are much more. You can practice without risk of your Pokemon needing to be revived. They only need to get their health back or things like that. So there is a little bit of the teamwork aspect, but I think nowhere near as much as Ingress, which was much more team oriented. In fact, I've read a whole bunch of Reddit posts talking about how in Ingress, basically you never wanted a cop on the opposite team as you because cops totally dominate the game. So I am not aware of anyone in the piano like live streaming piano playing or composing. No, that's a new thing to me. So Pokemon in general is popular for a lot of reasons. I think keep in mind they're hitting a big nostalgia niche, right? This is actually, you know, Pokemon right now is in that age range where people like me, hipsters with money, are at the age where Pokemon is right in their nostalgia range, because like I'm like a year or two too old for Pokemon, and so you know you're hitting the 28 to 30-year-old nostalgia range, which is a great niche to be in for talking on the internet, and so there's a lot of that. All right, let's get going here. Oh, I got to start all the way back here. Oh wait, this isn't as far back as I think I had this problem last time too. I was like, this is so far back, and it wasn't actually that far back, but we'll see. Giant garage sale. Yeah, so I don't know if there's anyone who's doing live streaming of piano stuff. That would be interesting to me. But I will admit that I am so, like, I amusingly enough, I sit literally next to the live infrastructure team. But mostly what we watch on the big screen TVs, like the top live streams are always either news or gaming. Always have been. So when I started at YouTube, one of the first things I did was I would constantly, I sat next to the live team, and my first thing that I want to do is figure out how broken my product is, right? And so I started watching, whatever the most popular live stream was. And I started right in the middle of League of Legends Championship Week. And so basically I started watching a ton of live YouTube, and it was all League of Legends. And I actually started playing League of Legends and everything else like that and got used to it. So, yeah, the Arakos, I've never played Pokemon before. Never. But the thing is, so there's a couple things, right? So it's got the Ingress dynamic. It's got the reality game. It's got the cute animals, right? So this is huge on the internet because cute animals. And the other thing is that augmented reality piece, the taking a photo of a Pokemon in the real world, I think is just such a huge draw for people in a way that I would never have expected. And this is actually like a huge, I guess, plus for the idea of AR. Augmented reality has for years been essentially a pipe dream among the community, and to see it like taking off among people, even in a very, very basic way, so hugely is like totally amusing to me, because I mean I've seen people reject this type of stuff for years as being too techie or everything else like that, but all of the pictures I see, like there's a way to turn the AR mode off and it makes the game way easier, but people don't turn it off, which means like that's ridiculous, that's silly. So I mean, I'm too old for it too, Brad. There's two things that are pulling me into it. One, my daughters are playing it, so I avoided Pokemon Go for the first 3 days, and then my daughters were both like, you know, my daughter was like, "Oh, Mom, we really need to fix my phone so I can play this." So, yeah, Brad is the same age as I am, basically, I think. Or a year older, year or two older. Agile Raid. Hello, Eric Leatherwood. Welcome to the stream. Agile Gamer. Agile, oh god. The Agile one. The Agile one? I didn't know the Agile one streamed. Yes, I did know the Agile one streamed. I subbed to him like a week or two ago. Welcome to the stream, Eric. Thanks for the raid. Thanks for subscribing. Our goal for subscribers for tonight is to not let that 1643 number drop in the upper right corner down below 1638. That's our goal. We got to stay above 1638. So thank you for helping out with that. I don't think there's anything in the metal hydrant that has any secrets in it. No. I think it's just hanging out there, trying to taunt me, make me think there's gonna be some food or something in it, but it's just chilling. The Agile one, how's it going? Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, I'm shouting again. I need to sit back and chill. Yeah, so it's our third raid for the night. We got raided by Dark Jake. We got raided by Sophie Brecca. We got all the love here on YouTube Gaming tonight. So thank you all for the raids. Yeah, no, my sub goal is just not to fall behind. Don't fall any further behind. I wish I could steal Alex's electricity thing. I agree. But yeah, so we're just talking Pokemon Go. We're talking Ingress. We're talking all the cool things here tonight. Or not so cool things. And like I said, you know, one of the not cool things is just how much the Pokemon Go servers have been falling apart, which I think speaks to how much the game has been successful in a way that they didn't expect it. I'm also a little bit surprised that hey, I'll take any raid. A raid's a raid. One person raid, I'm all about that. That's right. Take those, and this is gonna take too long. Oh, what did I do last time? I got them up here, right? Come on up here, guys. There we go. This is a nice little spot. Beat you up in the corner. Anyway, yeah. So I was just amazed with how much things. I have one person's a raid in my opinion. I'll raid on my own. I got no problem with that. I don't need to do that so much anymore, but. Because I have all you lovely people. There's 29 people watching, I guess. That's kind of cool. Can you imagine, like, so actually one of my so when I was at, like, one of the times I spoke to the largest crowd, I guess I've got two in my mind. I spoke at a geospatial conference, probably in front of about 500 people, and I spoke at Where 2.0, an O'Reilly conference in San Jose, and I probably spoke in front of about 700 people. That was actually so early on in my career, so I was 21. I think I was 21. It would have been 2005. Yes, 2005, maybe 2006. So 2005, 2006. I spoke in front of a crowd of 700 people at Where 2.0, and that was awesome. TPK raid. How's it going, Pixel King? Good to see you. I did not have that hat when I spoke. The hat came as a component of starting to work for Google. So when I started to work for Google, they bring you, so the Thursday before, the first Thursday you're there, you're all out there for orientation. So Google, in my experience, hires about 100 people a week. So there's like 100 people at orientation, and they bring you all into a room and say, okay, we're going to go to the company meeting. And when you go to the company meeting, there's a ritual that we have. You know, we're all going to sing a song together at this company-wide meeting. And we're all sitting there going, like, most people are like, oh no, oh no. And so, they bring us all into a room, and they hand us all hats, and they say, okay, we're all going to sing a song together at the company-wide meeting, and they say the first step is, like, you stand up and you put your left arm out. So the few of us who, like, I'm excited, I'll do anything, like, I'm like super peppy, like pep squad, everything. I'm like, all right, like, we're gonna do a song, everyone's gonna love us, it's gonna be so awesome. You know, they're like, okay, stick out your left arm, stick out your left arm, stick out my left arm, stick out your right arm, stick out your right arm. Now sit the fuck back down because you're never going to need to do a stupid song again. This isn't fucking college. Or something along those lines. They didn't swear. But it was basically, it was totally a troll. They handed everyone the hats. And you do wear the hats. Everyone wears the hats. But, you know, they don't make you sing a song. They just were trolling us the entire time. And I was like, oh, but I wanted to learn the song. But yeah, so that's where you get the hat. You get the hat on the Thursday of your first week at Google. You get a hat. It says Noogler on it, so you can see that there. John, you actually saw the hat in person, I guess, at VidCon, as well as anyone else who was at VidCon. But yeah. Jose clearly watching on his iPad, since it's auto-correcting I'm with you to I wish you. I wish you as well, Jose. Yeah, so Jose, I don't think you weren't here, but John in the chat is the faceless voice from the Art Sherpa stream. Well, I like my hat too. Gamble Rogers, yes. Justin Bieber, no. TPNG, SFTB, EDCP, own Vivo, VGCP. Yeah, I'm not wearing Google swag tonight, well, besides the hat. I usually am. I do have Google socks and YouTube socks, although they are not tube socks. You didn't wear the hat, Jose? Take care, Nathaniel Jr. Show Gaming. Thanks for hanging out and having a great night. Enjoy and say hi to Game Dojo for me. Oh, okay. I'm just teasing you as usual, Jose. You know me. You down with CPG? Yeah, you know me. Yeah, so I have Google socks that I got from donating to the blood drive, and oh wait, no, it's for getting my flu shot. I happened to be in Mountain View when they were doing flu shots and giving away Google socks, and then I also have Google or YouTube socks that are not tube socks, and then I have. Nice! That's super awesome, Pixel King. Too bad he didn't give it to you before the sale. I picked up 7 games. Sorry for the coughing there. 7 games in the, you down with CPG? Yeah, you know me. Steam sale for 20 bucks. So I got Bastion and Transistor. I got, Parallax and, Speedrunners. Speedrunners was $2.50. Take care of the Arrakis. I did not get a red bow tie. No, I did not. Where did the bow ties come from? I've never played Junior Pac-Man for the Atari 2600. Most of the Atari ports I played, or most of the arcade ports I played on the Atari 2600 were garbage. Like, I was really, like, even Dig Dug, which is not, like, you know, super advanced games for the time, was garbage. They were just a hot mess. The graphics were just not there. Oh, okay. I did not get a red backpack. I actually found a red backpack left over in our Airbnb, and I was kind of like, does anybody want to take this home? And we were like, nope. So, oh, jeez. Gotcha. Yeah, I missed the red backpack giveaway. I don't know that I would have cared about it anyway, but I don't know what a Retron is. Alright, let's spin this hat. Spin the hat for luck. Alright. Where are we at? Do I like the game Burger Time? I do like Burger Time. Burger Time was actually a pretty big favorite game of mine when I was a kid. So, yeah, so when I did my Atari 2600 night, I have a cardboard though, and like, I have no idea, Kevman. So the hoodies that I have from YouTube, I have only 2. I have a YouTube gaming and live streaming one, which is super limited edition, and only available. There was only 25 of them made. I have a what's the other thing I have? Oh, and I have a YouTube video infrastructure one. But that's all I've got. So, all right, get out of here, flame dudes. That's right. Burn yourself up with your flames. Oh God, I hate frickin' Henrys. Henry. Or, oh, this is a Leon. I hate Leons, too. Henrys and Leons, they're the bane of my existence. The Alex, at least, are slow-moving and, you know, easy to hit. Large target, but, yeah. Ah! Of course, if I'm standing right at the edge of the screen and not paying attention. Yeah, I think beg is the primary way to get one. If you, do you know Barb? Do you come to Barb streams? That's how I met you, right? You should beg Barb for a hoodie. That's what you should do. So I was someone told me earlier today, and I don't know if this is true, that that the Pokemon, like the little thing, if you click a Pokemon and then you turn in circles, like it boops when you're going the right direction. I think we've demonstrated that I'm actually super bad at Tetris. That's one of the things we demonstrated. So yeah, I don't know. I enjoy Tetris. I grew up playing Tetris, but all right. Andor, you're gonna get punched. Yeah, so I didn't really understand what was going on. I did get it to do a little like ping where it like, you know, made a little thing go out, but I only got it to do it once, and it wasn't clear that it was when I turned it around. Such states are less useful on Tetris. He's right, but in this case, I've only used one save state to save myself one continue. So yeah, I don't know that the Leafs are not, I don't think, actually changing anything as far as I can tell. I thought that they were supposed to be where there were Pokemon, but my experience is I walk on streets all the way to the office, and there are no Leafs on the streets that I walk on, and I'm still getting Pokemon left and right, so I don't know. Alright. That's right. I'm gonna body slam you into the other two guys. How about that? He ran out of Pokeballs. I do not have an Atari. I had a Pong machine at one point, which actually had a case that was like the Atari 2600. I don't believe I ever owned an Atari. I did play one at an event here in Boston called BitFest recently. So I played Yar's Revenge, which was one of the first games I tried to stream on the Atari, on an actual Atari, in my emulator. So, how are there no stops near you? Where, like, how are you, aren't you based in Mountain View? Douchey, that's awesome. Alright, get it out of here. I'm gonna hopefully make it to either some food or the end of the level. There's my food. Oh wait, that was dumb! I had full life. Ah. Yeah, so I want to make it to the next little level thing here without dying. I've only got the one life left. Oh, you work in Sunnyvale. Okay. I've never played Pokemon other than Pokemon Go, so... Yeah, so Google Offices, because these things are ingress-based, are like hotspots for portals. And portals are Pokestops, so... Alright, let's see what we can do here. I have 45 balls left. Yeah, so currently I have like 270 Pokeballs. I actually had to buy a bigger backpack because my backpack kept filling up, and then like on the way home today I like filled up my extended backpack. So there we go. You can do it. Put your back into it. That's right. Go, Haggar. You know it. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Have a party. All right, here we go. Yeah, so your initial backpack has like 200 slots, so you can only pick up 200 items before it fills up. I paid real money. I figured like I paid $5. I figure like that's how much I give to streamers on like a day that I'm wandering around and saying hi to people. I can afford to spend it on Pokemon. Right. Okay, that's fine. That was what I expected. I just wanted to get to the boss. Hello, Oni! How's it going? Are you raiding us too? Or is that not a raid? I bought them. I paid $5. Which is a dangerous precedent to set. I am generally a cautious motherfucker as far as free-to-play, because I get so into things that I get screwed up, so... so yeah, coins I think you can only buy. Yeah, so so in April I spent about $300 a month on YouTube. Oh, you've been here for a while, Oni? I'm sorry, I missed you coming in. Or you were here and I'm not chatting, in which case I don't feel bad. Yeah, so I spend so currently, well, I think I just dropped a bunch of sponsorships for channels that I hadn't watched in a month. But in general, I currently am sponsoring around 30 to 40 channels, Patreon support for a couple more, and do fan funding donations for stuff beyond that. So, but I have lots of disposable income because I have set up a budget where I have disposable income. I used to like put a lot of things before that, and I found that like having some happiness is actually important in my life, amazingly enough. All right, so let's get you to come down here. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I oftentimes joke that the reason I have so many subs is just because I pay for them. I don't buy them from sub sites. I just buy like $1 per sub. And in addition, so I've made about like $1,500 in donations from the like super like lovely people here who support me. I've actually got 3 Patreon supporters right now. You know, Jose and ChrisGC8, as well as one other person who elected not to be named, are supporting me on Patreon. And if you want to support me on Patreon, if you look at that 1643 in the upper right, I believe that there should be a little I button there. If you hover over the screen, you can click on that and get to my Patreon. You're welcome to support me for any amount that you choose. So yeah, I think it's supposed to be a guy. All right, let's go down here. Hop into me, buddy. All right, come on, let's do it again. Up here. There we go. That's not actually quite true, Jose. I think you make less off of sponsorship than I make off of Patreon, so that's totally fine, Pixel King. I have no problem with people who don't want to support me. I mean, I think the reality is that, like, with Patreon, the goal is to allow people who feel like they are getting value out of the stream to give back to the stream. If people do not feel they're getting value out of it, then they don't need to. If they feel they're getting more value out of it, they can support in whatever way makes sense to them. So I think it's totally legit to say, no, this isn't worth it to me. That's right. But she was handing me $1, and then he was like, "It's weird, you didn't give the $1 back." I'm like, "You just gave me $1 donation. Like, I wouldn't have given it back if it was fan funding." So, they are. It's lower. It's 5%. So I don't know the sponsorship cut, but I'm assuming it's more than 5%. He says 100% knowing the sponsorship cut. All right, here we go. Here we go. No, don't kick me. Yes! Take that, Ritu. Hat spin. Alright, I need to, you guys can watch this for just a second. I gotta open my drink. Tonight we are drinking a Don Armour Quer Cuvée Special Cidre Brut. So Brad, if you want to toss that exclamation mark cider in there. I like that Hyper Mickey and Hyper Benji were planners for this game. It's definitely interesting. Ugh. Woo! I mean, it's TJ's, so... Yeah, that was the main boss. There's only 6 rounds. But we are not ending the stream here, not by any stretch of the imagination. We're going to perform a magical transition. So we're going to magically transition into Final Fight 3. So what's going to happen is you guys are going to stay right where you are. All of you motherfuckers, you guys are going to stay right where you are. And we're going to do some magic. We're going to switch to Final Fight 3. So what's going to happen is, yes, there's a hard mode and an expert mode that I think are the actual like difficult modes of this game. The previous version just made like level 6 the hard mode. And this one does it different. So yeah, we're gonna do some magic here. We're gonna do Final Fight 3. We're gonna start with the booze. So what's gonna happen is the stream is going to say, stream is offline. That's okay. I want you to not do anything. All of you will not do anything. And in 10 minutes, if you have not seen anything new, refresh the page and yell at me. But my hope is that in less than 10 minutes, you will see a magic new stream occur. So give me 2 minutes to do a thing, and we'll be right here. So everyone stay here. don't close the window. We're not raiding. We're not doing anything else. Just don't close your window and do that. And I want to see what this looks like on. I want to see what this looks like on a smartphone. So you gotta give me 1 second to open my own stream. Drink faster. Oh, of the Art Sherpa, Jose. He's the Art Sherpa's disembodied voice. All right, give me 1 second. Oh, look, you did the thing. Drink faster. Okay, here we go. John, you're welcome to. You're welcome to advertise. Okay, here we go. All right, so I'm opening this and let that go, and I will be right back. Okay. All right. Pushing buttons now. I'll be back momentarily. Don't go anywhere. Goodbye.